Question, the first discussion that my wife and I had on this topic was, why do we need cancer, heart attack, and stroke coverage if we have health insurance, right? Which is a valid question, right? And so health insurance is going to cover us for when we go to see doctors, and doctors charge us, and we have procedures, and we go to hospitals and those types of things, right? So if you ever dealt with an insurance company, you know that they're not going to pay for everything, um, and they might even deny certain things, right? And so you're kind of at the whim for them. What this insurance is for, and so cancer, heart attack, stroke insurance is not really, it's not health insurance at all. I would look at it like event-based insurance. And so, what does that mean? That means they either come as lump sum payments or they come as schedule payments based on certain events that occur, right? So let's talk about what that means. And as I kind of explore each of these companies and I kind of get into it a little bit more, we're going to kind of look at the fine print and kind of talk about it a bit more. But essentially, there are these lump sum places that essentially as soon as you have a diagnosis from a doctor that you have cancer, or you have a diet, or let's start there because I think cancer is a good one because there isn't an immediate treatment in that situation. So in that situation, you would get a lump sum payment. You can get a payment as low as I think $10,000, and you can get a payment as low as $50,000. So what the insurance companies are basically betting on is that if they cover 100 people, and they don't cover 100, they cover thousands and thousands. But if they cover this group of people, that some people get cancer, some people will not, and so the total of their premiums will pay enough that they can compensate the people who do get cancer, right? And so it's a lump sum payment. You might find a policy out there. I haven't seen them yet where they kind of pay based on schedules, like you've had chemotherapy and you get a certain amount for that, and you get a certain amount for your diagnosis, and you get a certain amount for different things, right? And so, that's what we're talking about. For heart attack and stroke, what I've seen so far is sort of the schedule of things. You get a certain amount when you get in the ambulance because you had a heart attack. You get a certain amount when you get the diagnosis that, yes, you had a heart attack. You get a certain amount for different kinds of treatments, right? And so all of these policies, either it's lump sum or based on sort of a schedule of events, do pay you directly. They don't pay your doctor. They don't pay your hospital. They don't pay to any part of your treatment. They pay you cash. And so this cash can be used to maybe going to see an expert at the Sloan Kettering Hospital in New York, or going to the Cleveland Clinic, or going to other expert places that you could get a second opinion or get better treatments, right? So you can imagine if you had $10,000 to $50,000, that opens some doors for you, right? You could be facing a terminal situation where there isn't really any good options. And maybe you want to spend some time with loved ones and friends, and you need that extra cash. That's fine. If you want to go crazy and go to Vegas and buy a new car, I mean, those are options as well. I wouldn't recommend them. It's certainly not what my wife and I are planning, but it is an option. So I think it's important to understand to distinguish between health insurance and these kind of event-based insurances. But for us, we just don't want someone to tell us no to something that we feel strongly we should be doing, right? And so this money will give us more options to do those things.